Listen up, guys. I know we're feeling down right now, and sometimes it feels like there's no way for us to move forward. But you gotta remember, everything we've done, everything we believe in, has been built on the work of socialists and anarchists who have suffered 1,000 times more than we have. People whose lives saw nothing but failure after failure. And after each failure, they would get back up and they would keep fighting for what they believe in. We suffer now, yeah, but imagine the Black Panther in the 60s, or the Union leaders of the 1910s or 20s. Imagine the abolitionists in the 1840s and previous, or the anarchists that occupied this country's space before the Declaration of Independence was even signed. Imagine how they must have felt. And in spite of the overwhelming despair they must have felt each time they got knocked down, their work built the path we now walk on. Whether Bernie Sanders wins or loses, whether Trump wins or loses, the struggle continues all the same. There will always be an adversary. And there will always be the overwhelming hegemonic weight of those who would see our agenda pushed into the dirt. But that's okay, because we thrive in adversity. That's okay, because if there is anything the performance of our ancestors has shown us, it's the fact that it is in these times of desperation and struggle we are most capable of effecting change. Because at the end of the day, to commit to making the world a better place is to commit to a life of frustration and hardship. You throw yourself headfirst into the inequalities of this world. You don't turn your backs on them, you don't ignore them because it's easy, even though many of you probably could. You choose to stand up and face them and challenge them, and to expose yourself to all the suffering that comes along with it. And though sometimes it may seem as though there is no path forward for us, no opportunity for us to succeed, the fact remains that at this moment, even now, we are closer than ever before to achieving the world that we want to live in. And along the way, literally millions of human beings across this world have had their lives materially improved for the incredible tenacity, intelligence, perseverance, and empathy of you and the people you care about. Think of your friends, and think of your family, and think of all the cool-ass people you've met online. All of these people rely not just on you specifically, but on the collective sentiment of forward movement, of progress, and of revolution that we keep within us. So we can't let one little electoral season get us down. Because if we do, we're looking back to all those friends, to all that family, to all the people who have been helped from here, from one coast to the other, to across the world, people who speak our language and people who don't. We're looking to our ancestors, the anarchists and socialists and union leaders, and all of the people who strived and oftentimes died to build this world for us to succeed in. And we're telling them that we're giving up. It was too hard. It hurt. And that is just disappointing. I'm not going to let them down, and I don't want any of you to let them down either. We are closer than ever before. Everyone is cheering for us. All around the world, in the past through to the future, there is a collective of humans, of people, some you know and most you don't, who are depending on you to carry that torch forward. And I believe in you. There are a lot of people in my community who I've talked with personally who have endured hardships that I am not myself familiar with, who have suffered in ways that I have not suffered. And in spite of that, they have continued moving forward. People who have been disowned by their parents, the homeless, people who have suffered overwhelming economic hardships or physical disabilities. And they've overcome things, let me tell you personally, a hell of a lot harder than what we're going through now. So out of respect to those people and to the legacy of the dead and the futures of our children and our grandchildren, I remind you, don't take the black pill. Don't ruin this. Because we can still win.